Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Mitch Bromo, Abraham? What's up, JW Jr.? How you guys doing? Make sure to do me a favor, hit that like button. What's going on? Just going to be making a video talking to the Safemoon holders about this new deal, and really just talking about Safemoon. You know, a lot of people have kind of their hopes in Safemoon, and I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit and talk about Control Token as well. Mitch Brahma with the $1 donation, 100 underlined twice. 100, what's up, brother? Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that, man. All right, guys. We're also going to be live on Twitter as well. So, yeah, here's the thing I would really ask anybody who's in Safemoon, which is... like, do you expect Safemoon to do anything this bull run? And I would say probably not for a couple reasons. Is one of the biggest ones is when a project is going up, it is you have a lot of holders who are, you know, there for that ride up, and after it goes down, you have all the holders that are left who round tripped their bags. And so anytime, if you remember Safemoon, we started to get some momentum, the whales would always shut it down. And the reason is that the holders who didn't get their chance to take profits, you create a lot of people who missed their opportunity. They round tripped their bags, and they're looking desperately to take advantage of the price going up. And so you end up creating massive sell pressure. That is very hard to overcome, and you have a ton of holders left, tons of wallets that are going to not allow the price to go up. It goes up a little bit, they're going to take profits. And so even if they unhalted trading and they had this situation where people started to get into it, there is so many wallets that missed selling the early days of Safemoon that are going to utilize any kind of pump as exit liquidity. It puts Safemoon in a very bad position on top of everything that's happened to Safemoon. Safemoon is an extremely terrible position, from losing the entire team to fraud charges to CoffeeZilla to Fudhound to Thomas to taking the liquidity to like everything that happened with Safemoon. It was just disaster after disaster. Pretty sad ending to a project that had so much potential because of the community, but it was abused. It was taken advantage of. Another big thing I would say about this, and let me make this a little easier on your eyes, is that Safemoon's reflections is a really interesting concept here, is reflections. Everybody, we loved that idea for Safemoon reflections. You know, it's kind of the reason a lot of us bought in, is you thought, oh, you get in there, you hold, you're going to get a ton of Safemoon, and it's going to benefit you a lot. But the reality is that Safemoon reflections took the problem of what's wrong with all of cryptos, which is whale dominance, and it only enhanced it. It made these whales even stronger. So whale dominance is really the problem that any crypto faces, is a few people control the price, and the team doesn't have control over the price, and the community doesn't have control of the price. And really the team and the community are trying to work to get the project to grow or the price to go up, but the whales can just shut it down. It only takes a couple of them. It doesn't even take all of them to sell, it just takes a couple. So whale dominance is a massive problem. Reflections, because value is being given out, really the problem is the value is being given out immediately. I'm so bad at spelling that word. Immediately, and it's being given out in the token. That creates two big problems, because a liquidity pool is going to operate just like a Ponzi structure or a pyramid scheme. The early buyers, and then you have, you know, your later buyers at the bottom. Early and late. And so they're going to get most of the value, and everybody else is going to be screwed. If you take reflections, as cool of an idea as it sounds, and you just immediately give it out to everybody, then the people at the top are going to get the most, and everybody else at the bottom is going to get the least amount. The problem that furthers this is because you're giving it out in the token, then the early buyers, when they sell, they are going to devalue your bag and your reflections because your reflections are in the token. So it was like this bait and switch. It was a trick. Reflections are, oh, you're going to get all this Safemoon if we have a bunch of volume. But the whales kept devaluing the reflections that you're getting. And the whales are always going to get the most, and it's going to give them more sell pressure. They are incentivized and rewarded for selling down a chart that the community and the team are trying to get to grow. So if anybody's still hoping in Safemoon or Safemoon's reflections, I would say, look, it's just not going to happen. The reality is it's not going to happen. There is way too many terrible things attached to Safemoon, and the amount of whales that are trying to pump it in order to dump on those people is massive. There's a ton of whales, even if they restarted the trading or whatever for Safemoon, that would be just waiting to dump on any kind of price movement upwards. It's a massive problem. And really the biggest thing I would say about reflections is, we treated Safemoon like some scientists got together, some genius wizard coders got together and was like solving this problem of DeFi, where they're like, oh, we're going to make this massive like evolution of reflections. But the problem is like what kind of thought went into creating reflections? Because if they had thought it out, they would have come to the conclusion that reflections only enhances sell pressure. It rewards the people who are leaving the project even more. If it had just been a taxless token, they wouldn't have just been getting tons of more tokens in. Enhances whale dominance. It literally enhances the problem of a project, which is whale dominance. All the value, all the control, all the rewards are going to the people who sell. And with Safemoon, they were getting even more selling power because they were getting tons of the token every day. It was a massive problem. And the thought that went into creating this was not someone trying to solve a problem or make it more fair or make something sustainable. It was literally designed as a rug from B-Token. I don't know who did it before B-Token, but, oh, reflections, you get more of the token. It's like the promise of something that can be devalued. I hope people understand that's what reflections are. I now recommend anybody who's doing projects, don't reward in the token. It's a terrible idea. It's a promise that will be devalued. And so it sounds really cool. Oh, you're just getting it just for holding. But the actuality, it was being devalued by the whales the entire time. And that's not including anybody who was touching the liquidity pool. That's not including anybody that was rugging the project. And so Safemoon, it's not going to happen, guys. I apologize. But I will say I've got something that's 1,000,000 times better than Safemoon. And it's control token. And I've designed this throughout all the years that I was covering Safemoon. And the reality of control token is it's gonna blow you away. I made a video on this recently. Safemoon, the math for Safemoon, you had to get 1 billion tokens. Sometimes that cost like 9 grand. I think it went down to like 3 to 4 grand, but 1 billion tokens. And if we saw with 1 billion Safemoon and 1 billion in volume, you would get $50 worth of Safemoon. Does anybody remember that? Anybody in the chat? Stop CC or stop. What's up, Vic? CC is a very nice guy. God bless you. Hey guys, I was right about Safemoon. I was right about Evergrow, and I'm right about Control Token. Whether you see it or not, it's up to you to decide. But it's on you again. I've created something far better than Safemoon, and it's not even close. That when people designed Safemoon, they designed it as a rug. They didn't think through what reflections would do to a project. They took out of the liquidity. And so, control token, if you guys trusted me, to tell you the truth at the hardest times to tell you the truth. I didn't design this project to be a pump and dump. I designed a project that would be long term and reward you with 1,000,000 tokens of control token. Actually, let's just start with 100,000. If you get 100K control token, if we had 1 billion in volume, and 1 billion is a massive number, I'm not going to lie and say that's an easy number. That's a massive number. But if we had 1 billion in volume with 100,000 control token, how much would you get compared to the $50? By the way, this $50 was in the token, and it could be devalued, and you had to sell it. So you could get, if we even got $50 worth of control token, if the price dropped, that $50 would drop. And you needed 1 billion in volume for that to happen. With control token, this is what I've designed, guys. This isn't me wanting to do a project. It's just I designed this by trying to fix a problem. You would get with 100K control token, which is like $1,000. It's really super cheap. You would get $30,000 with 1 billion in volume. I want you guys to think about the difference between $50 and $30,000. Tony Dalzell. Yeah, I'm showing the difference between Safemoon and control token right now. The purpose of this is to show you guys a project that won't betray you by taking advantage of you. One of the first things I'm showing you is that right now for around $1,000, it's actually less because we have a special deal going on for Safemoon holders right now. If you have Safemoon in your wallet and you go to controltoken.net, you connect to our staking site, you can buy and get an extra 10%, or you can buy and stake and get an extra 50%. And so what that means is you could throw in $1,000 and then get around an extra $500 on top of it sent to your wallet if you're buying and staking. That's only for Safemoon holders right now. That's why I'm talking about Safemoon. And it's to help you guys. Everything I've ever done has always been to help you guys. It's just whether or not you guys listened to me or trusted me or not. It's kind of a reoccurring theme of people ignoring me when it matters and then admitting that they were wrong later down the line with Safemoon, with Evergrow, with other things. So obviously we're going to go through that again. There's going to be people that ignore control token. Go look at our chart. We're at almost a 10x. We've got 60% of our supply is in the staking pool, so most our holders are not going to sell. They're going to give this project a year to see what it can do. And we have, like I said, look at the difference between this. This one cost around 9K. You guys, and myself included, we were excited about $50 for 1 billion in volume. For less than 1,000, because of the deal that we have going for Safemoon holders right now, you get 100,000 tokens. If we saw 1 billion in volume with control token, you wouldn't get $50 or 100 or 1,000 or 5,000 or 7,000 or 10,000. You'd get $30,000. Think about how excited people were. $50, dude. If we had $1 billion a day, that would come out to this much a week, and we'd get this. No, if we hit 1 billion in a year or in 2 years, that'd be 30 grand for only around $1,000. Now here's where this gets super exciting, is for about the same of what 1 billion costs for SafeMoon, that 1 million tokens, to get around 1 million to 1.2 million tokens. This number, you add a 0 to it. So it goes from 30 grand to $300,000. People got so excited about $50, and for the same investment or the same amount, if we had 1 billion in volume, we would have $300,000. That's absolutely insane. Tony, the scam he did make no sense to me other than to the degree. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Or he could have announced, hey, we're going to launch this token, have help from community to get funds, and then make news. To a POW chain, but being realistic, couldn't have Safemoon founder have forked Bitcoin and fully branded as Safemoon. And he's explaining. Okay, yeah, so Safemoon was designed as a rug. Like, we all thought that it was this, like, revolutionary team. No, like, it was designed to steal people's money. They weren't thinking, oh, these tokenomics are going to be insane. They weren't thinking about alleviating sell pressure. They weren't thinking about long-term growth. Why is my project $300,000 per billion in volume and Safemoon was 50? I'll tell you a couple reasons. SafeMoon had a massive increase in price, and so we haven't seen that. So there's a lot more upside potential for Control Token. Um, everybody getting in super late, trying to get that $50 per billion in volume, which is hilarious. Right now, for I think it's around $8,000 to $9,000, you can get the 1.2 million, and you can get that 300,000 per billion in volume, or $30,000 per 100 million in volume. SafeMoon, your tokens could be devalued, right? If the price goes down, your rewards you're getting, that $50 would go down as well. Control token, this isn't a stable coin. This can't go down. Your rewards can't be devalued by people selling it. Do you think that maybe put a tiny bit of thought into this and know what I'm talking about a little bit? Do you think that I just said, oh, cool, let's just throw this together and do a project and we could scam a bunch of people? Or do you think I sat down for hundreds of hours designing this project over the course of years and only to now finally release it right before the bull run? The math is insane. Like, look at that math. The actual thing is 1,000 tokens. The actual equivalent to what a billion tokens is for Safemoon would be 1,000 tokens for Control Token. And 1,000 tokens, which cost, I think, like, what does it cost? 1,000. Let me see real quick. 1,000 tokens. Okay, so 1,000 tokens cost like $8. And so the equivalent for that would be the billion for Safemoon. 1,000 tokens gets you around $300 per billion in volume. So we're 6 times bigger, but the price is so much cheaper than what Safemoon is, that if you got even around $1,000 worth, you would get 30K per billion. And if it got to if you got 1 million tokens, you would get that $300,000. If we hit 1 billion in volume, is insane. $300,000. It's not for if you sell, it's if you're staking. This only goes to the stakers. So let's see. Any questions or comments about any of this, you guys are welcome to ask. It's in the website. If you have a wallet that has Safemoon in it, go to our website, connect to it, the staking, and it's going to show you this extra deal you get. You're going to get 10% of what you buy on top, but you're also going to get 50%. If you buy and stake, you'll get 50%, which means you could drop 10 grand and get an extra 5 grand. It's a crazy deal that we have going. So, one of the major differences is, for one, I'm actually trying to help people. I wouldn't do DeFi to not help you. I'm not wasting your time with videos. I'm not wasting your time with making a project. I would not make a project just to be a pump and dump. I wouldn't do a project unless I had some really good ideas. I told you guys years ago, I've got some really good ideas, and they're out there, and they're revolutionary. They're crazy. Once you understand Control Token, it blows your mind. That's why we're doing so well. That's why we have hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most are supply staked. It's insane. Can people swap this coin into USDC, USDT? This is on BNB chain. Hey, what's up, Mr. B? You cannot buy Safemoon. Safemoon is halted. You can't buy Safemoon. You might be able to on some exchange or something, but I wouldn't do that. So the difference is that Safemoon was designed to be a rug. There wasn't this thought of design that says, how do we help a project do well? It worked off of lies and deceit. I know I spelled that wrong. I'm dyslexic a little bit. Lies and deceit. The LP wasn't locked. The team left. Liquidity was touched. The products never came out. And it was constantly lying about everything. Celebrities were paid to pump Safemoon. So what Safemoon did was it was designed to be a pump and dump. And that's what it did. Most projects are designed to be pump and dumps. And so I'm saying, what the point is, you have to fix what's wrong with the crypto. And Safemoon made it worse. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about when John took hundreds of millions, when Thomas and Kyle And when the team were paying celebrities and tokens that were dumping on it, that was the liquidity of the holders. That was all your guys's and mine to sell when we felt like it. But they took that from you guys. They rugged the project to certain degrees. They didn't rug it fully, they just rugged it to certain degrees. So if you're trying to make a project and you want this project to do well, you want a project to do well, I would say, what's the obvious thing that you need to do? You need to alleviate sell pressure. How do you alleviate sell pressure? Well, you can't rug your project, bro. You can't take out liquidity. That's crazy, right? That's obviously, if you pull out liquidity when a sell happens, it's gonna show what happened. You know, if you pull out most of the liquidity and then a sell happens, it's as if you put a giant sell on the chart. So rugging your project, obviously that's not helping alleviate sell pressure. You can't give yourself tokens. The control token, I haven't given anybody tokens. I didn't give myself tokens. Why? Because I want a long-term successful project. You can't pay anybody any tokens. Can't pay with tokens. And yeah, so you can't be a bad actor and you can't give out tokens. Control token, we've gone this next step because if anybody in here, you go start your own project, I promise you, if you get any kind of momentum, which is extremely hard to do unless you get super lucky, you're going to run into this problem. Whales. The people who really control a project are not the team or the community, it's the whales. It only takes a couple whales to sell and boom, now you're in free fall. The chart's dumping and everybody's trying to get out with as much value as they can. Whales control a project. The problem is with whales is the liquidity pool. And I haven't heard anybody talk about this. Control token's the only one. Liquidity pool says whoever puts the biggest red candle on the charts wins, and whoever does it first wins, and whoever does it at the top wins. Whoever destroys the value in the liquidity pool wins. Whoever takes all the value out of the project wins. Everybody who doesn't destroy the project loses. Do you guys realize that's the game you're playing with every single crypto you're in? That's the game you're playing. 3 billion in Safemoon, still holding, shaking my head. Sorry to hear that, Planet Black. If you connect your wallet to controltoken.net, you can get into Control Token, and you can get an extra like 10% if you buy, and you can get an extra 50% if you buy and stake. So just connect your wallet that has Safemoon in it, controltoken.net. Learn about the project. I'm here to answer any questions you guys have. I put my whole reputation on this project, and it's because we have something very amazing that's been designed. It's also going to be a marketing utility project, so that's in the works right now. So if your liquidity pool is telling the people who control the project that whoever destroys the project wins and whoever doesn't destroy it loses, what's going to happen to your project? It's obviously going to die. It's not even going to be able to grow that much. Rare instances do you have these big meme coins or Safemoon or Evergrow or some kind of project that's able to actually allow for the holders to sit on large amounts of value into those price points. But it's very hard to do. Why wouldn't you just sell for a 2x, 5x, 10x, 20x? How could you possibly sit on a 100x to a 500x to a 1000x? Well, Control Token has taken this to the next level. We get rid of the rugs and we don't give anybody any tokens. We remove all sell pressure from the team. There is no sell pressure. I don't have any tokens. I didn't give myself any tokens. Why? Because I'm trying to make a project do well. If I gave myself tokens and dumped them, that's clearly not having the best interest of the future of the project. Any project that's giving themselves tokens, they are not understanding what it is that they're trying to do. If you want a project to do well, you have to alleviate sell pressure. You have to get rid of sell pressure. If you don't, the project will not be able to last. And so we've done that in this sense. But now, how do we deal with the whales? We have to change the incentives, right? The liquidity pool, whenever you buy, if you're early in a project, you're on a 10x, there is no reason to not sell. And if you sell and the project goes down, you won. Hey, what's up, Joseph Marshall? Good to see you. Control Token Fireman, Control Dog, Planet Black, Tony Dazzle. Good to see you guys. I can answer any questions on Safemoon or Control Token. Control Token just launched. We're at a 10x. We're aiming to be a top reward project this bull run, and most our supply is staked. I don't know if what happens in your head when I tell you most our supply is staked, but what it should be is, oh, most of the supply is staked. What does that mean? It means if they tried to sell, they'd forfeit their rewards, their stablecoin rewards. They pay a 30% unstaking fee, and then they pay a 20% sell fee. Meaning if they don't hold for the amount of time that they've committed to holding, they have to pay an unstaking fee. And then they have to pay a sell fee, meaning they're only going to get half the value of what they got. Where does that other half go? It goes back to everybody else who's left in the project. So I have fixed this problem, or balanced this problem, which is the liquidity pool, which incentivizes selling. Whoever sells wins, whoever doesn't sell loses, right? That's why you have a bunch of people who round trip their bags, who wishes that they would have sold, right? It's only a few people that win. How do you fix that? You need a secondary measure or a mechanic that, like a liquidity pool, takes in value and gives it out. Takes in and gives out. That's what a liquidity pool does, is it takes it in like a pyramid. Takes it in like a pyramid. The early buyers at the top win. Everybody else is exit liquidity. They just, all you did was fuel the people at the top. We need to counter that. We need to counter those incentives. We need to incentivize our whales to help the project grow long term, right? That's super important, that you don't just create a project and hope a bunch of people buy into it. You can do that. You can deceive people for sure. But if you're trying to be honest and create a legitimate project, you can't do that. And so with tax, tokenomics, you can collect on buys and sells, right? We saw that with Safemoon. But what you do with that value is super important. That's why I say people are seeking the value in the liquidity pool. Let me go ahead and just do it one. You have your liquidity pool, right? We all know how liquidity pools work. The price goes up, people get super happy. 10x, oh, that's awesome. This is where the value is at. This is what everybody is chasing, is the value in the liquidity pool. That value is being given to the people who sell first at the top. Everybody else who gets in later, your exit liquidity. That's the reality of it. Everybody's hoping to be in before a bunch of other people get in so that they can sell on them. That's DeFi. It's kind of gross. It's kind of scammy. But as long as everybody understands the rules, that's how it is. There's just a lot of bad actors out there. What Control Token does is I say, okay, what the value, right? So you're telling me that when the price goes up, people see a project as more valuable. Why is that? Why do people become more hype? Why do they believe more in a project that goes up than they do in one that goes down, right? Why do projects die when the price goes down? You're telling me that the existence of the value of the project, the life of the project, is tied into the value that's in the liquidity pool. So what are people seeking is value. What do? We take a tax. We preserve the value. Super important that you preserve it. By preserving it, we're detaching it from people selling. When people sell, they don't hurt this preserved value. It's super important if you're trying to make a legitimate project that's long term, that if you do a tax, which I kind of think you should, that you do preserved value. You convert it into something that can't go down. And then the most important part of Control Token is you delay it. What's up, Mel Gibson? Good to see you. Filet mignon. I locked up Everrise for 3 years. Yeah, you can still sell with this one if you want to. It's just you'll have an extra 30% unstaking fee. So if you got like $1 million, you'd basically be walking away with like 500 million if you unstake early. If you don't unstake early, then you can sell for the full $1 million. You'll still have the 20% sell fee though. So what are we doing? We took value through the use of a tax. We collected value, right? This is hype. This is belief. Hype, belief. It's the life of the project is in the value. Super simple, right? A kid could understand this. Through attacks, we can collect value, hype, belief, sentiment. Through converting it into a stable coin, we can preserve life, hype, belief, value, sentiment. We are literally preserving the value of the project. And through delaying it into the future, we are preserving the life, hype, belief, and value of the project over a long period of time. Super important that you understand this. Once you understand this, it's going to click and you're going to be like, holy cow, I can't believe you thought of this. This value in the future, you've got this, but you've also got rewards. You've got your 6 month, your 1 month, and your 12 month. The 6 month will happen twice. The 1 month will happen 12 times. And then the 12 month will happen 1 time every year. This project will go on for years, by the way. This is not a short-term pump, get in, get out fast, get a little quick 2x, get out. This is a long-term project where we have our team, which is just me, really, DeFi Mark helping with the dev work. Our whales, kind of the most important people that you want, and the rest of the community are all working towards making this a top project. How did I do that? How did I unite the team, the whales, and the community to work to grow a project long term? That's a super valuable thing that we have. That's why we're sitting on a 10x. We're aiming for super high is what we're aiming for, guys. So if you give out rewards immediately, then you're not rewarding people for helping the project. You're just rewarding people for just being in the project that day. They can just sell. That's not really a great thing to use value for. But if I give 2% of all our volume to the monthly rewards, which is not a lot, then I give 4% that builds up for 6 months. 6 months right now, we've got all our volume building up. 4% of all our volume is being converted into a stable coin, and it's going to be given out to everybody who's in the 6 month pool whenever those rewards go out. Also, if you're in the 12 month pool, you also get the 6 month and the 1 month. So the people in the 12 month pool also get that share of that 6 month. And then for the 12 month, we've got the control event. 6% of buys and 11% of sells go towards the 12 month. And so what we have is we've got this bigger and bigger event. And what we've solved with this is volume. You know how everybody looks at a reward project and they say, how do you incentivize volume? Well, I'm taking value from a project growing, storing it up in the future into reward events. These are exciting reward events. If you think about, the billboard, the exchange, the blockchain announcement, those were things that we were hoping people would buy that would cause and give us an opportunity to sell. We were hoping that something would lead to an event that would cause us to have an opportunity to sell. With Control Token, it's just actual reward events. The best part of this is we are taking value away from the people that sell. If you leave a project, you're hurting it. Why should you be rewarded the most for that? That's a bad structure. We should design it so that the people that are staying are being rewarded. And so if somebody sells, 1/5 of whatever they sell gets converted into stablecoin and dished out into the monthly, the 6 month, and the 12 month. 2% to the monthly, 4% to the 6 month, 6 to 11% to the 12 month. If they unstake early to sell, they get an extra 30%, which means they get about half their bag. But the really cool part about that is if you leave the project early, you just don't get your rewards. Those rewards go to everybody else. Everybody who round-tripped Safemoon or Evergrow, or if you've round-tripped any other project, this project designs and protects you from round trips because we're pushing so much stable coin value from everybody buying, from everybody selling, from everybody unstaking into these reward events that you get purely for staking. And what that means is we are actually rewarding good behavior, rewarding long-term growth. That's why our holders are united, is because that was the number one thing. Is I could see that if you look at any project, the whales are not working together to grow the project. They're actually just trying to sell on each other before each other. They're not united. It's not like they're working like a team to help the project do well. And so I found a way to unite most of our holders, like literally most of them. It's like 70 to 80%. It's a massive amount. It's a crazy amount of our supply in the 12-month staking pool with long-term growth and long-term value, because they know the numbers for these rewards, because they know that for every million tokens, only 1 million if we hit 10 million in volume, buy or sell. Sells actually are better because they're a higher sell tax. If you have a million control token staked, you'll get $3,000 in stablecoin rewards. That's pretty sweet for only 10 million. 10 million is not that much. It's not bad. It's okay, but it's not what we've seen done before. And then you can just add zeros to that. 100 million in volume. That's where I'm really aiming for. I think us as the team, the whales in the community, we're all aiming for the 100 million in volume. We're not really so much aiming for price points as we are for volume. 100 million in volume. That means that everybody, not if you sell, every single wallet. This hasn't been done before. Every single wallet that has 1 million control will have $30,000. What does that mean? Well, it does a lot of crazy things, actually. Yeah, we're about to get listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, Tony. I appreciate it, man. Mel Gibson, good to see you again, brother. If this sounds too good to be true, go do the math. Go put it into ChatGPT. I can show you the math. It's really not that hard. If we have 1 million control and we get 1 billion in volume, which is a lot, that's massive success to hit 1 billion in volume. It's not easy, but it's possible. Is it possible? Yes. Projects have done it before, then it can be done again. Is it likely? I don't know. But if we get 1 billion in volume, that's $300,000 worth of stablecoin. Remember, your rewards are in stablecoin. If you reward somebody with a token, that value is going to get devalued by the whales when they leave the project. And it makes them stronger to just keep selling their reflections. Nobody else is getting enough reflections besides the whales to take any profits. You're getting like fractions of a penny while they're getting $10,000. It's crazy. The structure is so unbalanced that you have to balance it. And that's what Control Token does. This is all stablecoin. Your rewards can't go down. Sweet news about the listings. Oh, yeah. We're about to do it, so it should be happening either this week or next week. We'll try to get it done as quickly as possible. We also got listed with PvP, so we're on PvP now. If you guys didn't see that announcement, we're going to be... there's actually a lot of positives that can come out of PvP, so we'll be talking about that in a space soon. Here's the coolest parts about Control Token. After you understand that, value in the future. Okay, so we've got our value in the liquidity pool. This value can drastically go up and drastically go down. And it's the only reason people are in the project. If it goes up, people get happy. If it goes down, people get upset. But because we're building value in the future, this value can't go down. Why? Because it's a stablecoin. So we're protecting the project. This value right here protects this value. The price can only go down so far to if it comes near the rewards, it becomes a buying opportunity. If your rewards are the same as the price of your bag, that means that anybody can buy into the token and have rewards that cover their buy-in fee. What does that mean? Oh, if you have $100 in rewards for $100 worth of tokens. I'm going to buy for $100, and then I'm going to get $100 in rewards. That's freaking awesome. Well, I could do that with 1,000. I could do that with 5,000, 10,000, up to the amount of rewards that are in the pool total, and a little bit beyond it. But that means that the rewards put a floor for your bag. This is crazy stuff. You guys were bullish on Safemoon. You don't realize how bullish you should be on this design. Value in the future. And right now, our floor, I believe, is around the pre-sale price, which is the 1. Most projects, when they do a pre-sale, they dump at the pre-sale and they're dead. How are we holding almost a 9 to 10x? What's going on? The project's working. We've got everybody working to keep growing this project until we've reached that 100 million. And from then on, it's we've all won from that point. So your bag, if people try to exit control token because of that 20% sell fee and the 30% on staking, but we'll just stick with the 20% sell, as the price moves down, the entry point into the rewards becomes better and better. And the volume, whether it's going up or down, is fueling this value. So as the price moves down, these rewards only move up until the point where somebody could say, oh, cool, I'll put in $500 and buy right here, and I can get half my bag covered, $250 worth of rewards, and those rewards can only go up between now and the rest of the year. The 12-month reward event, that's a long time. We've got like 11 months, 10 and a half months of rewards to build up. We have crazy stuff going on with control token. So with Safemoon, you just didn't have any of this, nothing to protect against sell-offs. You didn't have any, your rewards could be devalued. People didn't think through Safemoon to try to make a good project for its holders. It was always a scam. It was always, how do we extract value from people getting into this project? It was never, how do we help people? How do we balance the liquidity pool? How do we pull value away from the people leaving the project? And how do we give value to people staying? It was never those questions, because nobody ever cared about anybody else when they were running or designing Safemoon. And so that puts us in a situation where some really cool stuff happens. For one, we have protection against sell-offs. Safemoon didn't have that. We do. Our price would not, if you take the exact same structure with Safemoon and you add control tokens tokenomics to it, the price wouldn't have been able to go nearly far as down. Take these things. Put us in Safemoon's position. For one, 50% of our liquidity is locked. The only reason the other 50% is not is in case we need to migrate or something happens. But I'm not touching the liquidity because I'm doxxed, and I'm not dumb enough to do something like that, nor am I immoral enough to do something like that. So if you put control token in Safemoon's position in terms of the price and the volume, the liquidity would never have been touched. I didn't give myself any tokens. They also gave themselves tokens. Kyle gave himself tokens. He paid other people in tokens. They were selling down the charts. We don't have that. I haven't paid anybody in tokens, and I don't pay myself in tokens. Why? Because I actually thought about the future of the project. 2% of volume goes into the treasury. The treasury is used to pay for dev work, utilities, and to pay the team. I pay myself about between $200 to $2,500 a month. It had to go up a little bit, but some of that goes towards paying for marketing and stuff. Protection against sell-offs is insane. What's 32? What's up, bro? The wind turbines. What's up, Night Riser? How's it going, man? Protection against sell-offs. That's a crazy thing to have. Protection against round tripping. You know how many people round trip a project? With control token, it won't really be possible. All those people who bought in early and should have done well, but they didn't because they didn't take profits, they'll still have a lot of value built up for them in the 12-month and the ability to sell your bag. Protection against round tripping. These are crazy concepts. Protection against sell-off, protection against round tripping. that this value that everybody's paying into the future, it protects the project. It's really that simple. If value is what people are chasing and it's in the liquidity pool, it can all be pulled out by the whales. It can all be drained. So what do? We preserve value and we delay it in the future, and it goes to the people who have the most tokens in the future. We incentivize and reward people for working together to grow a project over a long period of time. That's why we're sitting at a 10x. That's why we have hundreds of thousands of dollars in rewards. That's why we have, 60% of our supply is in the 12 months, 56% of our supply is in the 12 month staking. That's absolutely nuts. That's crazy. That's insane. What we've achieved so far is like, people just don't understand what we've done. But I think they will, and they will. It's too late. A lot of people that follow me, it's always that, oh man, I wish I would have listened to you about Safemoon. Well, I told you. You definitely can't blame me. I told you guys about Safemoon. I told you early. I told you like right as we found out stuff, I was covering it. And then when people opposed it, I blasted it even harder. I told you guys about Evergrow before the pre-sale went. I told people about Evergrow days after it went. I made videos days after it did. People made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Evergrow because of me. And now I'm telling you about something it's honestly far better than Safemoon or Evergrow in terms of it takes value and it stores it up in the future, which protects the longevity of the project. It allows it to grow. Think about this. This is the last thing I'll probably say, and then I'll probably go ahead and end this. What's up, Anthony Shea? We have almost 60% of our supply is in the staking. Now, we don't give ourselves tokens. We don't pay anybody any tokens. We've locked half the liquidity. I'm not going to rug because everybody knows my face and name, and I'm just not that kind of person. I'm a Christian. I wouldn't do a project unless I thought it could help people. I wouldn't do this live unless I thought I could help you. I am not seeking people to get into a project so that the people that are early can dump on them. That's not the goal. The goal is to get people into a project to do well so that everybody who helps this project grow for the next year can be rewarded for it through volume and also having the ability to take profits. Because our contract sells for you, it sells down the token with a tax into rewards. It's selling for everybody who makes it to those price points. It's that simple. Only sellers win. So we've had a situation where our contract is constantly selling and storing it up in the future for everybody else. According to my past experiences, I must enjoy round trips. Okay, brother. Hey, if you like round tripping, man, you do you. Most people I know don't enjoy round tripping stuff, unless you're talking about like a vacation or something. 60% in the staking. I don't know what the numbers are. It's probably 70 to 80, maybe more % of our holders are in the 12-month staking. It's nuts, the amount of holders that we have that basically agreed that they're not going to sell for 12 months. And if they do, they're going to take a really hard hit. They're going to forfeit their rewards, so everybody left in the project gets to share all their rewards. They're going to hit a 30% unstaking fee, so 30% of their bag, almost a third of their bag is going to go back to everybody else who's left in the project. Then they're going to pay another 20% sell fee. So they forfeit the rewards, and then they give up half their bag. Why would it be that way? Because typically, projects are destroyed by somebody selling for $1 million, and it hurts the project. It doesn't leave anything positive, and everybody else just kind of got screwed and left over with the bad project. With this project, we're saying, okay, cool, you want to leave, that's fine. You're forfeiting your rewards. You're paying an early unstaking fee if you're staking, and you're paying a sell fee. All that value, where is it going? Right back to everybody who's staying, because we want this project to continue to grow. We want to reward the people who are helping keep it alive. Because our incentives are to keep the project alive, then it actually works to unite the holders, and most importantly, our whales, to keep the project alive, to not sell, because 60% of our supply is in the staking. What does that mean as we move up? Typical project, everybody's just ready to sell at any point. You don't know. You could wake up with your bags, 90% down. That could happen with any of your bags right now. Most of our supply, go look at our holders list, is in the number one wallet, which is a contract, which is our staking contract. Most of our supply is in the staking pool. It's an insane amount. More than half of our supply is in the 12-month staking pool. 12 months. And so when we get to these points where people would typically sell, guess what? Most our holders are like, awesome. We're at a 10x. That's awesome. Let's keep going. We're at a 20x. Hey, that's sweet. Let's keep going. We're in it for 12 months. We're waiting for 12 months. 40x, 50, sweet, doing great. Let's keep going. We're in it for the 12 months. The price is going to have to go very high for us to consider forfeiting our rewards, paying a 30% on staking fee, and paying a 20% sell fee. Basically created a situation with our rewards incentivize and protect the long-term growth of the project. Right now, I think we have like about 500 holders who've bought, but we have like over 1,000 to 2,000 that have gotten control token through a partnership with Evergrow where they got like dollars worth of control token. Can I get control token with my Safemoon? And when yes, how did it? So right now, guys, I'll go ahead and finish this, showing you guys this final part, and I'm going to end this. But sorry about the noises. Please help. No, you can't do anything with your Safemoon other than use it to buy control token. You can't use your Safemoon to buy a control token, but if a wallet has Safemoon in it, you'll get a special deal. You still have to use BNB to buy control token. All right, guys, I'm going to show you guys real quick. If you guys are wanting to buy a control token, if you have a wallet that has Safemoon in it, you can get an extra 10% when you buy through our website, or you can get an extra 50% if you buy and stake into the 12-month, meaning you could throw in $100, get an extra $50 on top. It's a pretty crazy deal. So we're on the Twitter right now. If you guys don't know, you can go to Token Control is Control Token on Twitter. We've got almost 6,000 followers. We've got all kinds of great deals. But if you want to go to our website, go to controltoken.net, and you'll be able to see right here Matt Daniel, what's up, brother? Orbital Shield. That's funny, brother. So yeah, go to our website, click on staking, and then right here, it's not showing for me, but if you have a wallet that has Safemoon in it, connect your wallet. After you connect your wallet, this special screen will pop up right here, and it'll be a special offer for Safemoon holders. If you buy through that, you just need BNB in your wallet, you connect it to the staking site, you have to use the promotion modal right here. It's not here right here, but if you log in with the wallet that has Safemoon in it, it'll pop up for you. You have to have a wallet that has Safemoon in it, and this will pop up. Use the promotion modal, and then you can get an extra 10% when you buy. So you buy $100, you'll get around an extra $10 worth of it, which is pretty sweet. Or if you want that 50%, you can buy and stake into our 12-month, and you'll get an extra 50% on top. You could throw in $1,000, get around $500 on top. It's pretty sweet. If you scroll down here, we have a lot of information on the website you can check out. It shows how much of the supply is in our 12-month staking pool. We got 557 million tokens out of 1 billion. That's 55% of our supply is in the 12-month staking pool. That's most our whales, most our holders. Crazy amount of our supply is in the 12-month staking. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Go back to our website. We've got the control event. We've got 316 days left before the control event. This is a whole year to build up rewards. Right now, we've got 6 months. For our 6-month event, we've got 134 days. Our next monthly event is in 11 days. We've got about $5,000 built up for this next monthly event. We've got 35 grand built up for our 6-month event, and we've got almost $100,000 for our 12-month event. These numbers can only go up as we have more volume, which is absolutely insane. If you guys want to join our Discord, all the socials are on the website as well. They're at the bottom right here, so you can click on those, all our socials. We have explanations of stuff. We've got the white paper. If you guys haven't read our white paper, we got a white paper that you can read and go through. It's a pretty long, it's a lot of words and stuff, so it's It's a lot to take in, but it's just breaking down what control token is so that you understand it. It's got me, it's got DeFi Mark, it shows the tokenomics, the tax breakdown. We've got this explanation right here. So yeah, Safemoon holders, this is your opportunity to take advantage of this deal. If you guys want to, just go to controltoken.net, click on staking, and then you'll be able to connect your wallet, and then you'll be able to see a special deal that pops up right here. You'll be able to get either 10% for buying, or you get an extra 50% if you buy and stake. So it's up to you to decide. Make sure you click that right button when you do it. If we don't have any other questions, we'll be doing a space tonight, guys. So definitely make sure to show up to that space tonight and ask your questions about Safemoon, ask your questions about Control Token, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a great night.